Hello everybody and welcome to Introduction to TypeScript course. The first lecture which we'll go through is TypeScript Overview. So let's start with this overview of what is TypeScript. First, this is open source. It is built and supported by Microsoft, and here you can find its source code. So if you go to Microsoft repository inside GitHub, you can find TypeScript and review how it's actually implemented. But what is actually that? Well, TypeScript is type superset of JavaScript. So in fact, many people understand it like, is that different language? What is exactly? Well, no, it's not different language. And usually TypeScript doesn't have extra things that JavaScript don't have. It's basically syntax sugar. So everything that you type in TypeScript will be converted to JavaScript code. Just in TypeScript, it is a little bit better language and better way of coding the things. Many people are saying that TypeScript is something which is between C# and JavaScript, because no matter how similar they look like, they're actually quite different languages, and they're running in much different way. And many developers that are coming from C# to JavaScript and cannot understand some concepts are actually very often using TypeScript, because TypeScript, after all, it is converted to JavaScript code in code behind. Basically, it's very powerful, and personally, I prefer to use it as well in different technologies like AngularJS, NativeScript, Ionic. Almost everywhere I'm using TypeScript because it just looks better, it's much easier to build things on TypeScript, and you spend less time instead of if you want to create them on native JavaScript. So, as I already said, it compiles to plain JavaScript with support for all browsers. TypeScript can run on any browser and operating system, and this is suggested language when we're using Angular 2. Also, it is suggested by Google. So they're suggesting to use TypeScript instead of plain JavaScript. How to use it actually? Well, first we have to install node.js. After that, so in Windows, download and install. Inside with Mac, we have brew install node.js. With Linux, we are saying apt-get install node.js, dnf install node.js, etc. After we install it, we have to add node.js install path to our path. After that, I have to install TypeScript using node.js, and I can do this with npm install, don't forget /g, which means globally, TypeScript. After that, I saying create a new file with extension app.ts. So ts is the extension for TypeScript language, and everything that you have on ts will be with TypeScript syntax, which after that will be converted to app.js. So running TypeScript in Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code by design supports and links TypeScript code. And yes, it can also run TypeScript. So for using it, you can just follow the steps in official documentation. It's very easy how to use it. And more we will see on Tuesday's presentation. Thank you very much for this one. Cheers.